The ocean. A unique world completely different to ours. A place that has thriving communities, all playing a role to keep the ocean in balance. A place that is more sustainable than our most livable cities on Earth. But it is also a place that is dying and may not ever replenish without your help. The South Pacific. A place as rich in life in its jungles as its colourful coral reefs. Here, on the fringing reefs of Vanuatu, lie hundreds of thousands of healthy hard and soft corals. Something that you wouldn't think would be very common in today's circumstances. Amongst the coral, schools of blue-green chromis are a large inhabitant of the reef. In the same area, the sea floor is nearly completely ruled by staghorn coral, just off Hideaway Island. But move a little east and you come to a location just as filled with life, but is not governed by one particular species, and rather has an amazing array of different types of fish, sea creatures, and coral. For this arrangement to remain consistent, the reef needs to stay in check. It does this by the different predators all working together, keeping the numbers of species at a balanced level. Parrotfish, urchins, and crown of thorns eat the coral so no one species overrules. Gropers and eels eat the urchins and crown of thorns so they don't eradicate the coral reefs. The list goes on from prey to predator, and if one of these key creatures falls out of the food chain, the results can cause a catastrophe.
The changes of the water mainly is probably the crown of thorns. The crown of thorns, we get affected easily, mostly with the crown of thorns nowadays. They probably just crushed up most of the coastal reef.
One species, and if left untreated, could have wiped out hundreds of thousands of living creatures, resulting in a significant dent in the underwater ecosystem of the island. To visualise, it is a mix between a starfish's body and a sea urchin's spines. Predominantly feeding through the night, they are strategic and deadly creatures.
I've definitely noticed the decrease of soft corals and the bright colours that are within the reef, so it appears more dull now. And I guess in the last 5 years particularly, we've had more and more coral bleaching.
Over the last 2 years, warmer temperatures through the summer months have caused up to 50% of the reef to bleach. Some are lucky enough to fight back from the damage, others not so much. If these conditions last more than a couple of weeks, the coral will die and be lost.
Yeah, the coral's just crushed up. So the coral to grow back again, it takes not probably
weeks or months, it takes years to grow back again. So that's what we're facing at the moment.
Yeah.
Slowly. It's regenerating, but it's really slow.
Fringing reefs that are nearly atolls are quite susceptible to hot pockets in certain areas of the reef, where the current can't reach and deliver vital minerals due to its location. And therefore, the water temperatures are drastically higher, resulting in the corals to bleach and marine life either flees for refuge or perishes. Fish species going extinct, coral dying. These are homes for living creatures, and we are just wiping them all out. You may not intend for this to happen, but because of us, it is. Yet, we haven't lost. There is so much happening to help rejuvenate and bring the underwater ecosystems back to life, by large and small groups all over the world. And we're in a better than ever position to save it all.
But all in all, humans do have an impact on the reef, but Hideaway have got strategies in place to try and minimise and manage that impact.
And they're coming to Hideaway, but we made up a plan just to try and attack them. So we've collected a couple of thousands in probably 2 weeks' time, and it's working out really good.
With schools having dedicated tasks to learn about the environment, and even classes built around the ecosystem of the ocean, such as Outdoor Ed, where the next generation can get a first-hand view on the issues and the beauty of the ocean. We are starting to bring our footprint to a halt, and hopefully soon move it backwards.
To me, it's about getting more people into the ocean so that they can be ambassadors for the ocean, because it's our biggest ecosystem on the earth and we need to be taking better care of it than we are. And through education, we need to know and be able to educate our students so that they can take care of this amazing ecosystem.
Divers on the island of Hideaway saved a huge reef system from extinction. Cities of fish and sea creatures that help humans and our society a lot more than some may think. The Crown of Thorns could have wiped out the whole ecosystem of the island, but luckily the divers were able to save it before it was too late. Yes, there are still many other threats that are coming, but acting sooner rather than later is the obvious move. We just need to realise it. Because of this, the corals are able to fight back and grow to host more fish, equaling out the loss. And slowly but surely, we can hope for a better future for us and the ocean. There are your common knowledge issues, such as the melting ice caps, the warming climate, and pollution. But there are many other problems. They may not be nearly as big, but collectively they amount to be just as great as the well-known ones. Stressing about it is never going to help, but acting accordingly is a good place to start. Making sure your decisions aren't going to be the ones that will bite us in the future. We will only make it with your help. So I ask you, what brings you here?